Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. When one keeps quiet like we were, the experience of it can be, oh, I'm back to what is, to my real nature. So it's an experience. It's an experience, but as somebody, you don't know how to express differently, isn't it? So as an experience, you say that. But if you think that it's really what happens, then you are misled, because the back, to go back, will bring you out again, and in again. And the search doesn't finish. Or you are just wisely accepting things. But so that as an expression, you can't help to speak like that. But know that what is never goes anywhere and is always there. And if this is as clear, then that you say you go back or you are not yet back will not have an impact to make you search. It's an experience. When you have no mind for a while, that's what is expressed. I'm myself. I don't think. But if you believe in your words, then you will feel, oh, when I think, then what? I'm not myself. So just be careful with whatever is expressed will always be a limited experience, and it will always be of someone. Nothing wrong, we can't help. In this body-mind, that's how it happens. Just be aware of that. And hi. So, of course, you know it. Anything you want to ask about it, anything which looks important to you, express it. Satsang is for this. Also. Yeah.
Perfect timing. Yesterday I had an experience where it was clear after that the person cannot go there, the person cannot bring it back. The only things can be done or whatever is when the person disappears, it appears it was always there. So it's very in line with what you just said.
We are in, how do you call it?
Synchronicities.
Wow.
Yes. It's not the first time. However,
that is out of synchronicity, probably.
because it leaves me with what can I do? And obviously nothing. So that's it. First, I wanted to share that, and second was, is this kind of be quiet, whatever you talk about? Is this kind of let's do nothing, let's not get agitated or whatever about this? There is nowhere to go, no point to go.
Yeah, this is the indication of that.
As a joke, I was sharing this with a friend. He is very passive, so for him it's kind of easy to accept that. But for me, being quite active as a personality, it's a heavier burden to let go, you know. But that's okay.
It's not a person who keeps quiet, huh? Don't forget.
I'm tempted to say I'm not sure, or I don't know, because to some extent, what does not change, is not impacted, and is quiet by nature. I would say, well, please comment. But,
Don't say anything. Quiet by nature. No. What about this universe then?
Yeah.
It's not quiet. Otherwise you become an absolutist, you see. You discard the manifestation. Then what? Again an ocean and again.
so it's not the person who keeps quiet.
You can keep quiet as a person. I started like this. You see, I feel, okay, there is a silence. I naturally go back to my nature. There is nothing wrong there, unless you think it's really like that it happens. There is no back, it's always there. It's the person who will say, go back. And the person is quiet, then, yeah, if he says so. But it's an experience. That's what I say. There is nothing to change about experiences. Just you have to know that they are experiences. Actually, there is nothing else to know. But it makes a big difference.
If I can be sure of anything, how can I trust myself?
If I, what can be sure? Can't be sure of anything. How can I trust? But don't trust them.
Or how can I trust in anything?
It doesn't need somebody to trust that. This is the thing. I has not to interfere here. It's there that you are dead or alive. I cannot describe more. So, to solve that, just see that you, as a person, you are always engaged in something, and that is the mind or the body. Always, or emotions, of course, but I mean, it's all this manifestation. So if you don't attach anything to I, what happens? Just for a moment, it's not to be in a long state, it's just a moment. Be freed to to need to attach anything. Does the I you think you are can be maintained? Hmm? Does I can be maintained, the I you know, if you don't attach anything to it? What is there is not whatever you know of yourself. We miss, how would I say that? Underestimate, yeah. We underestimate the power of words. You say, when you say I am quiet or I am busy, it has an effect because you believe in what is expressed. Words have such power. The word created the whole universe, imagine. So in Satsang, it's just to question, and so while questioning, to remove the power of that, no, the tyranny of that power. The tyranny of that power. It's not because I say I am quiet that I am more myself than when I am identified. It's all bullshit, it's all words. And for a person, that's its reality. It's very important, quiet or not quiet. But it's for a person. Now, if you really want to know what is, which will not be with knowledge, it has absolutely not to consider those experiences or identifications. Yeah, hi.
I struggle to keep this balance in harmony with each other.
Don't struggle, it will be good, so blessed. Sometimes it happens, sometimes not. So don't try to maintain it all the time. It will not happen. The harmony is not there. And when you are there, you don't speak of harmony.
It's like I seem to be losing interest in things that before I thought brought me joy.
Great.
Yeah.
It's a luck.
Hmm?
It's a luck for a while. It's a luck because it means your concepts are leaving you. The concepts are leaving you. The ideals are leaving you to just be yourself. You don't need to work on this manifestation. I mean, is it so poor that it depends on the experience of somebody to be harmonious? It doesn't need you, nor me. We are the product of that. Just realize that. It's not your affair. As somebody, of course we are concerned, but we try to see what is left when we don't consider this manifestation. We can glimpse it. And then all what we thought disappear. It doesn't concern that, it concerns the manifestation, okay? Never forget this manifestation is birth, something in between, and death. So it's limited, it's dual. What does it mean? It means, of course, there is harmony, and there will be also experience of disharmony. It's bound, otherwise how can it manifest? So, and you want to fix that.
No, I don't want to fix it.
No, but you had the ideal, it's the same, huh?
What I feel is it's fixing me, but it's not easy. It's quite a difficult.
It
feels sometimes.
there is
really-
nothing out of you.
No.
It doesn't
Yes.
fixes you. It exists because I am first there. Okay? So why should you be tyrannized by an idea that something lives without first you live? Impossible.
Is a good practice to try and reinforce dissolving things? Is that good for us to do that?
You will not
No,
be
you can't.
able.
No.
Just,
It's an experience you have.
yeah, sure, you can have this experience. That's what you see, the pointers of, it's not this, it's not that. So you are left with what? And if you don't give any answer to that, just you are that. It's more simple than trying anything. You see, if you search, if you have that search of these very abstract ideas like what's God, who am I, and all that, if you have that kind of search, first try to solve that and then you see about the manifestation, instead of losing time and energy and whatnot in trying to fix or understand this manifestation or believe things in it. No? First, and then you see. Then whatever is left with you, that will be your way of life. But then you have not to question, it's just that. it's clear.
So Mira Ganga, what would be the best practices to be able to hold on to that?
Don't hold on any practice, and yet you can investigate whatever you experience, whatever you believe. Who is experiencing? Who is believing? And when the no answer, because you don't land on any answer. When there is a kind of moment of no answer, know that this is precious. Then again, of course, things come. But at least you have seen by yourself what is meant by the background of things, or I am that, and not this and that only.
So it's much more intelligent just to sit and do nothing and be in silence than active and do this, do that, do the other things. No?
I think it would be more efficient to... It's not about sitting or standing or whatever. You still a moment in whatever position you are. It doesn't matter. You just and then okay. Otherwise, your practice to sit will create a state of, even if it is a state of silence, state too much. Because it's the result of something. So you have to be a big thief, and then... And if I speak of stealing and thief, whatever, I speak, of course, the language of the mind. Otherwise, there was nothing like that. But to make it a bit an image to strike you, I speak like that. And yet there is nothing wrong to sit. There is nothing wrong to sit. But the result coming from that will be an experience. So if while sitting, suddenly you are struck by, oh, I am in a state, nothing wrong with that, but it's not it, that's great. So you see a bit.
I'm understanding that this state can happen anytime, even if you're not sitting.
Yeah, sure.
You can be
That's why
doing.
My master, Papaji, he had the funny habit or ritual for his students to bring them in at 4 o'clock, at the peak of the city life, at the, what do you call it, cross,
Overgangs.
yeah, but it was
Crossroads.
roundabout. The roundabout, full of noise and smell and pollution and cows and man and just so that we don't believe in some particular qualified position or circumstance.
But it is important not to busy yourself too much with goings on.
Well, you know, too much mind is no fun. One suffers. But you have not to get a practice to be like that. The investigation has some kind of result also, because then you get less interested or you want to be less with your mind in a natural way.
I recall on a previous satsang, I asked a question to why this becomes why it manifests itself, and the answer was to realise that what happens if some manifestations don't even touch that?
Doesn't matter.
What
It's
happens to
it
that?
doesn't matter. It's exactly the same. Everybody dies where he has always been. Every being. The thing is that the human questions. So because of that bloody search and question, you need to hear about investigations and all that. Those who don't have that question, why should they have it? We all end up in the same. Yeah.
So there's no concern for the wrapping paper, I call it, that doesn't kind of awaken to these truths.
This is awakening to know what I say.
Yes. I'm talking about maybe my family members.
Don't worry for them, even if they don't have that search, we all end up in the same. Don't worry. But if they ask you a question, they are troubled, you can quieten them, telling don't believe in that. Whatever. Yeah. It's the mind which is troublesome, this very complex, complicated mind we have. Satsang is for them, otherwise they don't need the cows and the grasshopper, and they don't need. They don't ask for it, they don't need. There is this, for me, looks so wrong idea that an animal has to become a human being to realize the self. I tell you, if he's a human being, probably if he searches, he has to realize the self, otherwise he will be tormented by that search. But if a being is quiet, doesn't have enough capacity even to think more, he's quite lucky. He's dying where he has always been. Why should we believe in those things? These spiritual beliefs are really poisonous. They add to our natural or unnatural suffering. They add instead of let's take things as they are, you know. So all these things of reincarnations are whipped out, really. No need. No need to enlighten anybody. No need to enlighten animals. They are already what we are. What is, I mean. Actually, it's just to quieten our life that we try to solve this. Because this complexity makes us suffer. So we have to quieten the cocoa.
From Mira Ganga's space.
I didn't hear.
From Mira Ganga's space, will there ever be a planet that doesn't suffer and destroy and destruct and
If
perpetually...
you speak of space, there are planets. But who told you I speak of a Ganga Mira space? I don't speak from there. And as far as my little cocoa is concerned, whatever I see, so you speak of planets, it's in the manifestation, so it undergoes the laws of duality. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's how my poor cocoa can see.
They probably sound a bit silly, these questions. When something is not... I'm just looking at the evolution of the planet. It seems to be when something is no longer served that is any good, something will get rid of that, whatever it is.
I think it's better to go back to your own planet. Solve that first. Take the rest as a good distraction if you like, but solve that first.
So this is a never-ending story.
Which one?
This one. This one.
You see by your questions, it's never ending. Look at that. You see, it looks like the never-ending questions about the manifestation brings never-ending answers and discoveries, and that's going on. But if you search for, is there anything beside or prior or beyond or whatever word you use, something which is not undergoing changes, is there anything like this? That question will never be answered by the mind. So by this endless questioning and this endless discovery. This is the point. So don't believe me only, see by yourself this fact. See it. Is there any end to it? Is there an answer to what I question? The answer, you see, what can happen through satsang, I don't say necessarily at all in satsang, is that when you investigate and when you hear this, what I say, it will not be through the mind. That's what is pointed out when Master said, don't land anywhere. So don't land on any presentation of the mind. And we know that only as somebody. So the answer is absolutely not there. The answer is when you don't even hook at a question anymore. Let it be about God, enlightenment, and these things that you dedicate your life to. Suddenly you don't hook at it anymore. Good. And there is nobody there to say if you have any answer.
As we spoke, I realized that in yesterday's experience, it was not experienced, in fact.
Then don't put it in time.
Yeah. And there were no knowledge either. It puzzled me, it strikes me now. And I just now realized that because it's not experience, I cannot bring an experience in it.
They don't speak of it, otherwise it becomes an experience. Yeah. And it becomes in time, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
powerful.
Please.
I don't even know why I'm asking this question, actually. It just appeared.
And you want to hook at it?
No. Just to know. Just to take the question
Okay,
away.
then ask.
It's to do with, and I know it is known to be a lighter container that diet is really important. What would you be, do you have like any recommendations of
Go Ganga.
yeah, you know, I eat a lot of cheese, maybe I shouldn't.
Just, are you aware that you have different questions? I mean, from different interests. Huh? No, just say, the interest of the diet, it's about the welfare of the body and the mind, because they are linked. It's not so much, I don't see a cheese in between the question, who am I, for example.
Maybe in French.
The saying goes, we are what we eat.
Yeah, as a person, yeah. As a person.
Yes, as a person. But if you... Oh, sorry. If you... Okay, yeah. For instance, some people eat meat.
I hope so. I really want to hear you where you will go.
Well, I could go to a very deep... No.
Yeah, very deep. Is it not enough what I said to you? All those things about diet, for example, it concerns your body, mind, means the person. Am I busy with the person in Satsang? No, not then.
To stop asking them kind of questions.
No, you are not obliged to stop, but know that the nature of it may be better, more wise to ask to a medical specialist or something.
No, my question was...
Or a yogi or...
Yes, but the question can relate to having a lighter body, as in, if your body is...
So, now I will tell you, you don't need a sattvic body. Some people have naturally that, good for them, and they have sattvic qualities. Most of us, we have a rajasic body, like me. Some have tamasic body, a bit more sleepy. Everybody is what is, not as a person. But the person can realize that, let it be tamasic, rajasic, or sattvic. The problem is with the sattvic people is that since they are more in the lights and etc., they confuse their sattvic experience for realization. So they are less lucky, and generally they search with less need the real thing, because they are quite well in this life. And it doesn't matter, good for them. But you see, then they don't need to come to satsang generally. They say in India, whatever you believe, but it's a symbol, even gods, there are many gods there. They are in the sattvic, sattvaloka. Even gods, if they want to realize, if at all it suddenly crosses their sattvic mind with this rajasic question, who am I? They have to be born into a human being, following a guru alive to cut the head of gods. So there is absolutely no special requirement. The only one I may say, and I don't mind if it is put into question, is to have this fire, this need. It's enough for me. I want to have something substantial. What is substantial in this world? And then the search starts, the investigation, and the pointing out to that, which is given in this kind of group, reunion. And the holy books, they speak about that. But if you want to be in a washing machine to remove all the dirt which are the concepts, you have to come to at least a moment to satsang alive. Otherwise, there is no washing machine working. And the funny thing is that in satsang you hear there is no washing machine. What do you believe that? In that? It's a concept. Funny, huh?
Seems very contradictory, a lot of the things.
Paradoxal.
Yes.
Paradox. Why? Because the mind is totally unable to catch what it comes from.
So when we sit in that stillness and we do feel...
I do. Say always I.
Yeah, I know, these are just words.
No. You say I. So I feel.
It feels.
What a cunning mind. It feels I'm safe. I say it instead of I.
I'm going to probably forget the question now.
No.
It can be forgotten. Forget it.
No. When this feels in that space of...
Who feels it? Who?
Something. Something does.
Who says something?
No, it's not something.
Who knows that? Who?
Nobody. I don't. This
Then if there was nobody, how can he know it feels or whatever?
I know, but
Then-
it's the
Then
experience.
say I. Then say I. I see there is nobody who feels it. Okay? I too much.
Too much. Too much I.
I brings this train of questions, this train of convictions.
I know there's no I. It's just a word that this this thing as like programmed to speak, to understand.
Yeah, I speak to you also, yeah. And then what?
When you feel this, when you have these glimpses, they're just experiences. That is not even the truth. There is.
It is the truth,
Ah.
but you make it a glimpse.
Yeah.
You shut up it, or you swallow it by your mind. You make it small, you make it a glimpse because you want to understand it, you want to have experience it, so that in the history of your life you can say, once upon a time I was also enlightened. That's what happens, no? In the story of my life, I can say, once upon a time, I knew this experience, I was also enlightened. In the book, and then the book is burned. Where is the enlightenment? Gone. With the stories. Whatever is put in time will die. So what has to do with what you said? I don't remember. What did you say?
It was just
I don't remember what you said.
the feeling.
Listen. It's totally fine. You can feel things and all, but don't be fooled in thinking that a feeling is more true than another one. It has different qualities, different depths, but it's still a feeling. So if there is a feeling, there is still somebody, and that somebody suddenly has the quality of being nobody, but this is all a somebody affair. Just know that. Instead of lying to you, oh, I am nobody now, so there is nobody here. No, if you say there is nobody here, it's an experience of somebody. Yes. Nothing wrong, it becomes then a glimpse, but know it, then there is nothing wrong. There is, I think, a confusion in spirituality. When you are aware of, you think that you are awareness. Aware of will die with your body-mind. I am aware of, I am awareness. That will die. So, what's the point? So, there is I there, even if this aware of looks like vast and nobody. But it is still something, I. It's a cosmic I, let's say, if you want to say. It's not a personal I, it's a cosmic I, but still an I too much. Cosmic or personal, it dies, it is destroyed at some point. Then it's wiser to just not keep any idea. And whatever happens, happens. There is no more true meaning and so on. That's all. Very precious. The only thing you lose with this realization, if you want to call that, is that you will not be a hero, you will not gain anything, and you will not be an enlightened one.
Please, could you repeat that?
No.
It's a hoax.
It's good. You don't need to. It's good. It goes directly. You don't need to understand. Don't go in your mind. I think this was the best, your best natural meditation. Don't spoil it. So, is it enough? Thank you very much.